Welcome 83K Nation. I'm excited that you are here. I want to give you the 3 master keys to experiencing financial breakthrough in your life. Number 1, it's mindset. Number 2, it's story. Number 3, it's strategy. Listen, as you begin to move into a new season in your life, you really need to focus on what is your mindset as you transition from one season to the next season. In my life, I remember being like totally frustrated with my finances, struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, knowing inside that, man, I need a turnaround in this area. I'm tired of the stress. I'm tired of the pressure. Then I ran across a scripture in Job 8, verse 7, and it says this: though your beginning was small, yet your latter end shall increase abundantly. I love that. Increase. And when I needed turnaround, when I needed a breakthrough in my life, I realized that I needed to have a mindset of increase in my life. I needed to be living in a spirit of expectation that God was going to increase me. Now, I want you to understand something really important. Making 6 figures is no longer enough. I heard several newscasters this week telling everybody that the greatest amount of struggle that's happening right now is amongst those who are making over $100,000 a year. A lot of people who are making $100,000 to $200,000 a year are living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. And those who are living below $100,000 a year, well, you know exactly the pressures that you're under right now. So listen, in order to get a breakthrough, the first thing you've got to realize is whatever income you are making right now, it's not enough. I don't care where you're at. I don't care if you're making $1 million a year. It's not enough. Because God says, I want you to experience increase in your life. So the first thing you got to do is you got to get the right mindset. Now, one of the wrong mindsets I find that a lot of spiritual people have is they think that if they just complain and whine about their financial situation, that maybe if they cry enough, that maybe God will hear them and maybe God will do something about their life. Complaining is not a strategy. Other people, they wish, they cross their fingers, they rub a rabbit's foot. It didn't do the rabbit much good. Wishing is not a strategy neither. Or they're just hoping, man, I just hope. Hoping is not a strategy. Or they pray, man, I'm praying to God that God will turn my finances around. Well, if praying was all you need to do, hey, intercessors would be some of the richest people on the planet. Or they just say, I'm just going to think positive. I'm just going to think positive, man. Keep thinking positive. Yeah, you can think positively all the way into bankruptcy. Listen, you can be doing all 6 of these things and not experience an ounce of increase in your life and experience no financial change. Or worse, if you just keep complaining, wishing, hoping, praying, thinking positive, without any real strategy, hear me clear, your life can get worse. Your finances could get worse. So the first thing you got to do if you want breakthrough, man, you've got a tattoo on your forehead. I am experiencing increase this year. I am thinking increase this year. I am looking for increase this year. I am listening for increase this year. I am strategizing. Strategy. I'm strategizing for increase this year. So if you want to experience breakthrough, you've got to get an increase mentality going on inside of you. The second thing for breakthrough is you got to identify the story. Now, as soon as we start talking about finances and money and increase, or even yet multiplication, people start coming up with stories like instantly in your head, like, oh, well, I can't increase because of my boss. So your I can't starts kicking in, and you got some sort of story of, man, I can't make any more. Man, I'm stretched where I'm at. And there's some sort of story that you're playing in your head that's actually keeping you from moving from, okay, I've got a mindset of increase, and now I got this story that says, stop, I can't do nothing. I'm stuck. You're not stuck. You just don't have strategy. And strategy is a plan that you work out every single day. And most people have no strategy whatsoever for increase. And so that takes us to our next step, right? Like, okay, you can think increase and say, man, what I'm making is not enough. I need to make more money. And by the way, your target really needs to be, if you want to really be a person who can live a generous life, take good care of your family, you need to be at 300,000 and above to be able to really thrive, not just a six figure. So some of you are way behind, and you need to realize that. And you need to start looking for, like, what's my next move? What's my strategy? One of my mentors told me one time when I was traveling around speaking, and I'm like, man, this is not enough money. I'm not generating enough just by speaking. This mentor told me, he said, Keith, one's a losing number. I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, 1 times anything is the same number. He said, all you have is one source of income. You speak and money comes in. He said, you are limiting yourself and you're limiting God from blessing you in your life. You need to begin to think about strategies on how to have multiple streams of income, more than one income coming in. See, oh man, I'm doing everything I can. See, there's the story. I'm doing everything I can. I don't know how I'm going to make more money. Well, yeah, are you really doing everything you can? You work 9 to 5, then you come home and you sit and watch football games. Or you're sitting on the internet, going through your cell phone. And you're like, oh, I'm doing everything I can. No, you're not. Yes, work 9 to 5, but what are you going to do after that? You've got to do something. And that's where strategy comes in. For me, I was like, oh man, in 2002, I said, I heard about this industry called the coaching industry. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do that because I really want to help people. I want to help people get them from where they are to where they want to go, help them identify where they stuck. That's what I'm doing for you right now. And so this is going to be super easy for me to do. And so I built my coaching business. I never thought in a million years that today I would have clients paying me $120,000 for 1 year of coaching and consulting with them. But this industry is an amazing industry where you can work that 9 to 5 job. You can still work inside of your business and help other people in the evening, on Saturdays, on Sundays. And it gives you a wonderful opportunity. So I want to help you. If you're possibly looking for another strategy, now your strategies can be many different things, right? But particularly, some of you may want to consider becoming a coach because literally you can operate this business from anywhere. I've coached people on a beach. I've coached people floating out in the water on my boat, coaching them out there. I do it quite often. I coach people by my swimming pool while I'm chilling out and relaxing. That's the wonderful thing. If you have a cell phone, you can literally be coaching anywhere in the world. There's no limitations to this business. The only thing you got to do is you got to learn how to build the business. And that's where even people who call themselves coaches, that's where they go wrong. They don't know how to really build a successful business. That's what we do here at 83K Academy. We help author speakers and coaches and consultants build coaching businesses, and we have different tiers. First of all, 83K. That's why we call it 83K Academy. We help you, first of all, get your first $85,000 extra a year. Could you use an extra $85,000? I'm sure you could. Anybody could, right? So we help you get your first $85,000 extra a year. Then once we help you hit that target, then we set another target, $83,000 a month. 83,000 times 12 is $1 million in a year. By the way, in the coaching industry, at 78% profit margins. Then we help you do it a week, 83K a week, and we've even had some coaches do it in a day. So that's what 83K Academy is all about. We've been in the past, we've had 200 people go through my 83K Academy so far since 2020. And what we did the last time I took them through my 6 weeks of training, 1 hour a day for 6 weeks, we recorded all the sessions. So here's the good news for you. You can go through this entire training program, become a certified life, leadership, church growth, business coach, learn how to be a speaker, learn how to become a best-selling author, learn how to build a consulting business. My entire training program, I give you all my formats, all my training, everything you're going to need to build a successful information empire. And it's all online right now. And what I'm doing for this new launch, because you can take it at your own pace, you can take it right there in your home. And what I'm doing for the launch of this, we call it 83K Academy Do-It-Yourself course. What we're doing is we are offering it right now at a ridiculously discounted rate where you can go through the entire program all by yourself. Listen, if you're interested in that, that is what would be a real strategy. A real strategy is like, okay, you know what? I'm going to work my job, and then I'm going to start learning how to be a coach. So if you're going to go into any field, you got to begin the learning process first. You don't just, like so many of these people, they say, oh, I'm a coach, and call themselves a coach, print it on their business cards, put up a little chintzy website, and then they wonder why. Well, why don't I have any clients? Well, you're making so many mistakes. So many mistakes, and that's why most of them out there, they all fail, okay? I'm going to go way deeper. I'm going to take you behind the scenes of exactly how I built my whole empire over the last 30 years. 6 weeks, hour a day is all you need to begin to learn how to do this. And then once you learn how, I give you the implementation, like what do I do? 12 steps, bam, 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 of exactly what you need to do next. Listen, if you would want to do that, there's a link down below. Now, many of you may be listening and may be saying, well, coaching's not for me, speaking's not for me, being an author is not really for me. Cool, but you got to have some sort of strategy. Like, well, what is your strategy? What is your plan? Because here's what I'm going to tell you. If all you do is just keep complaining, all you do is keep wishing, hoping, praying, thinking positive, I'm going to tell you what, things are going to get worse in your life because the world's not going to get cheaper. It's only going to get more expensive. So listen, right now, if you've ever thought about it, if you have a desire to help other people, I'm just giving you a strategy that could help you. So if you're interested in that, click the link down below. But here's what I want to tell you. No matter what, you've got to go into this next new phase of your life saying, God, though my beginning is small, it doesn't matter where you're at right now. You could be doing great, but you need to be thinking right now is small. From God's perspective, you're living a small life. I'm just telling you. From God's perspective, God's looking down and saying, man, I wish you'd believe in yourself more. I wish you wouldn't be so comfortable in that easy chair. I wish you wouldn't have such a negative opinion of yourself. And God's saying to you right now, says, I wish you would start thinking increase thoughts. Change your mindset, get rid and destroy those stories of why you can't, and then boom, get a new strategy of what I'm going to do. God bless you. Thank you for joining.